Did you say it is?
Absolutely.
Okay, say a little bit more about that, because I just might not know. This is a good opportunity to learn.
I've worked internationally.
Great.
I've worked in different countries. I'm not going to say that. They know what's up. Whatever they're doing, they're just using unit dose. If this is a company that produces 20% of the gold in the marketplace, they're a player of the larger game. If they're a player of the larger game, their instructions are sell it, maintain records like every Swiss bank did, and turn over when requested. So up to this point, presentation was wonderful, great, and I highly recommend people buy gold exactly like you.
Yeah.
I've been recommending for the past 30 years.
Perfect.
And silver. But at this point, you lose it. I have to say, because there is no anonymity unless you create a situation that you can be anonymous.
Yeah.
And anonymity in the world is a very difficult thing. So up to this point, I applaud you. Wonderful.
Great.
I think it was a good lesson for a lot of people to learn a lot of things.
Absolutely.
On top of one other issue, which your background is in real estate, you can tell them something that if there are real estate investors in the room, you do not have to pay taxes on capital gains when you're dealing with real estate, because real estate did not increase in value. It increased in inflation, but not in actual value using gold standard form.
That's right.
The issue is buy a lot of jewelry, buy people's used stuff, go to a jewelry store, don't give them your name, don't go to a bank, don't go anywhere.
That's right, don't go to the bank.
Just hide the stuff if that's what you want to do. Gold does increase in value.
Yep.
Silver does increase in value. Precious metals, which are not listed there, which are priced even higher, have a lot of value as well, but it's hard to buy out of Russia unless you're well connected. So
that's right.
Yeah, there's a lot of information there, but if I want to do the nudge, nudge, wink, wink, I would buy from a jeweler without giving them my name. I don't care if it's not pure.
Yeah.
It still has intrinsic value.
Definitely. Yep. And that's a great point, because everything is about education, to know, to choose, right? So everything that I've said here, okay, when I went through paper, gold, government, private, religious, is designed to inform you. Like I said, back a couple slides back, I don't care what you do. Just get it that there's the opportunity to begin saving, shifting the mindset from consumption to saving. It's something that has intrinsic value, correct?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So that you have the ability to make an informed choice about what you are willing to put your hard-earned dollars in as an alternative to keeping it in the bank. Okay?
I'll back it up one step further.
Sure.
Just so people understand. Do you know about RIM?
Yep.
BlackBerry? Do you know about iPhone? Why is an iPhone having problems around the world?
It's not made of gold. They were making claims that the chips are security.
The question is, why is an iPhone having problems around the world?
That's correct.
Because it uses silver in its...
No, the problem is, I'm talking about security issues because the iPhone already sold you to the devil from day one. BlackBerry, being a Canadian company, started by a Greek and Mr. Balsillie. They had a different mindset. They wanted to create some form of security for an individual user dealing with his own personal information. So, unfortunately, to sell in North America, they have to give the backdoor key. To sell in the world, they didn't have to unless when countries started to push them. So, nothing is secure. Don't listen to the BS that somebody says, oh, no, your name's not going to go there. Don't listen to the BS that, if you buy this, it's a private company, we're not going to give out the information. Everything is up for sale. Mm-hmm. You have no rights. Everything gets twisted. And I can give you details, time, dates, stamps of many situations.
Would you like to speak at the next?
No. Unfortunately,
He wants to remain anonymous.
Unfortunately, you're recording this.
What's that?
You're recording this, and that's the biggest mistake.
Is that right?
Absolutely. You heard the issue of the G20. What happened in Toronto? How many people were there really to talk about real issues? And what happened? And you're recording this. Now what happens if somebody got a hold of that recording? Listen to the voices, get a voice track. That's why I'm saying certain things. You have to be careful. A nudge, nudge, wink, wink. It's an interesting world we live in.
It's very
but
interesting.
Don't think that you have rights. You don't. You have a right to pay taxes. You have a right to live in their rules, underneath their rules. Be a model citizen. But as soon as you step out of line, you have 0 rights. Don't you ever forget that.
That's great.
That's why we're here to make a difference.
That's why we are all here to learn. Okay? You want to have the knowledge with you to make the informed choices. Okay? Now, different people have different perspectives. I appreciate your perspective. Absolutely. My perspectives are different. Okay?
Perspective based on fact.
That's right. Okay? And there's different facts out there. All of you will have different perspectives for yourself. I'm not going to stand up here and say I'm right. I'm not going to stand here and say this gentleman is right. But you got to understand that where we're coming from, we're speaking from a different set of knowledge that's currently available. Okay? The point of this meeting is to present this to you so that you choose. Okay? You can be freaked out about the stuff that's been said, or you can be empowered to actually take a stand and make a difference for yourself and others. Now, a lot of people will know the kind of knowledge that I'm imparting to you and won't do anything with it. I just happen to be not that kind of guy. For those of you guys who know me, I'm just not that kind of guy. If I've got access to something, I'm going to give it away. Why? Because I want people to know. Now, this doesn't mean be careless, okay? Don't be careless, and based on what this gentleman said, we're going to have to talk about what we're going to edit. Simple as that, okay? However, the point is we covered a lot of stuff here that's just not available readily to people. Take what you've heard, research what I said, research what this gentleman said, research what the person who brought you and invited you here said. The point is, if you don't, this is all going to happen to you anyways. Now, do you want to be the people, there's a saying, there's a group of people who wonder, what's happening. Then there's a group of people who get a say on what's going to happen. Then there's a whole group of people who wonder what the hell happened.
Which part do you want to be in, Glenn?
Yeah, we want to be the people who create what's happening. Okay? Don't be the people. I invite you. There's an opportunity to not be the people who are wondering what the heck happened. That you're here is a big indication that you're not those people. Okay? You're here getting knowledge, you're getting information, getting educated. Use this knowledge as an opportunity. Do your own research, get educated. Buy gold and silver, even if it's a very small percentage. I'll show you this. What I'm just telling everybody, people everywhere, conservative 10 to 15% of your net liquid assets in physical gold and silver. If you want to be conservative, I say conservative because this is conservative. This is minimum and safe. Conservative is 20 to 30% at this current time. You want to be speculative, a little bit risky, 50 to 70%. Right now I'm 50%. Where Yellen and I we're 50% of our passive income from our businesses and our real estate, right into physical gold and silver. Here's what other people have to say. David Morgan, silverinvestor.com, check out that website too. It says, under the current economic conditions, I feel 20 to 25% is more appropriate than the original 10% in his book. At the time the book was published, the economic conditions were more stable, but now that the world is in a war environment, the higher allocation is necessary. So this is giving voice to what I'm saying through other people. Robert Kiyosaki, right now I take 50% of my monthly income and buy physical silver. He just gives it out over to Mike Maloney, and Mike Maloney gives him gold and silver. If you don't own it, start accumulating it, preferably on the inevitable dips, like during the summer. Hold it and consider accumulating up to somewhere between 20 and 30% of your portfolio, though the exact amount will depend on factors such as your cash flow needs, your personal debt obligations, your age, your work status. Basically, it's up to you. Mike Maloney, goldsilver.com, he's 100% invested in gold and silver. Actually, he has a joke. He says, I'm diversified.